Yo! What's going on, everybody? You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. And we're headed to the second round of the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long season. There's been a lot of adversity thrown in the face of this basketball team. But all they keep on doing is keep on fighting. No matter what happens. It could be Mitchell Robinson needing ankle surgery in December and it being reported that he was going to be done for the year. It could be the Knicks trading their farm and giving up the young guys in Emmanuel Quickley and R.J. Barrett. It could have been when Julius Randle suffered a dislocated shoulder against the Miami Heat and he was out for 2 to 3 weeks. And then OG Anunoby, after you trade for him, he hurts his elbow, has to undergo surgery, and he misses a month. Or it could have been when Julius Randle was deemed out for the year. Or when OG Anunoby came back from his injury and got hurt again and missed another 2 weeks. But you know what? They kept on fighting. They kept on doing it. They kept on rolling. They found a way. And Patrick Seaman, I've said this a couple of times now. Good teams find ways to win.
Yep.
Bad teams find ways to lose. And the New York Knicks found a way to win 4 games against Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey in a series that, despite being the 2 seed, it seemed like we're the heavy underdogs in the public eye.
Yeah. They just found a way. They found a way. And it's so funny. Like, normally you expect playoffs go on. Opponents do get more challenging. But, like, I don't want to discredit the Pacers, but this will be an easier series for the New York Knicks. No doubt about it.
At this point, no series will be easy, but I do agree that the Philadelphia 76ers are a better team than the Indiana Pacers. But I do remember also sitting at this exact same spot a year ago being like, oh my goodness, we get to play the Miami Heat and we get to avoid the Milwaukee Bucks. Don't take them lightly.
That's a good point.
Don't look past them. Face who's in front of you. And beat the Indiana Pacers. Because you are the better basketball team than them. Shout to Jeremy Chugs.
Jeremy.
Love that profile picture, brother.
Looking good.
About to put our nuts on Reggie and all those Pacers. This is a get-back series. This is a get-back for all of the times the Knicks got. Like when Carmelo Anthony was met at the rim by Roy Hibbert in 2013. We know that it's been a storied rivalry between the Knicks and the Indiana Pacers. Let's get back. Let's get back and let's get right. I got the Knicks in 6. I want to say 5, but I got Knicks in 6. My man Joey DeLuca coming in with $1 super chat. What's up, Joey? How we feeling, man? How we feeling, man? You're going to the second round for the second year in a row, Joey DeLuca. Second round for the second year in a row. How many teams in the NBA can say that? I don't know. I'm genuinely asking.
So the Nuggets.
Nuggets. Let's start in the West. The Nuggets.
Not the Timberwolves, not the Thunder. Who are the Thunder? And would it be the Mavs or the Clippers? Or did the Clippers go to the second round last year?
No, because Paul George didn't even play in the playoffs.
So just the Nuggets in the West. In the East, the Celtics. So Nuggets, Celtics. Pacers, no. And Cavs and Magic, no. So just the 3. Celtics, Knicks, and Nuggets.
So there's 3. Wait, that doesn't make sense. You're telling me there's only 3 teams in the NBA that have gone to the second round 2 years in a row?
And one of them's the Knicks.
That's crazy, man.
And they don't have a 1A.
They don't have a 1A. And they also don't have a 2-time All-NBA player, 3-time All-Star playing.
That makes no sense.
Maybe this is just who we are. Maybe this is just the team the New York Knicks are. And that's a team that's going to be winning a lot of games in March, in April, in May.
Yeah.
And hopefully June going forward. We got a live mailbag coming up. I want to get to everybody's questions on today's show.
I have a question.
You've got a question. All right.
Are we talking off-season in this mailbag at all? Or do we preface this and we say, is only Pacers talk.
Yeah, you know what? I would like to avoid the offseason conversations.
Okay.
Because I'm not focused on the offseason right now. I'm focused on winning 12 more games, and I'm winning 4 more right now against the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah.
Ty Clemens in the building. What's up, Ty Clemens?
What up, Ty?
That's a real one right there. What up, Ty Clemens? Yeah, I'm just not ready to talk trade rumors when you got a shot to get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
One of 8 teams that can still talk ball.
One of 8 teams that are still able to talk round ball right now.
It's a great feeling.
You're here again. We will have plenty of time to talk about every single player that you guys want to talk about as members of the Knicks.
Zion, Booker, KD, Ingram, all be discussed.
Just today and until the Knicks are done, let's talk real NBA hoops. Let's talk matchups. Let's talk that. If you want to get your question on today's show, drop a comment in the comment section. Include the hashtag Knicks as it appears on screen. That way, producer Patrick Seatman can pop it up on screen. Honestly, maybe worth it just to do a layer with none to where you could just click some
Quick
as well.
comments, yeah. Like Dadpool, great question. Great start.
Dadpool getting a question in. Shout out to him. He's always showing love. Joey DeLuca getting a question in. Tootsie says, would Booker be a good fit?
Tootsie. You were the first one in the chat today.
I can't talk off-season trades right now.
We're not.
Because that's the easy thing to do right now.
Hypothetically, if they win the championship, you are not making a single move.
I don't know.
Most likely.
I don't know.
I
don't know. Tootsie says, my bad, just start watching. It's all good, bro. I just don't really want to talk about free agency and trades and what the Knicks can do for next year because as a Knicks fan, my whole life, I've prayed for times like this.
Yeah.
I've prayed for times like this, and we're here, and we're doing the damn thing. So shout out to John Pettit getting a question in. Shout out to Dadpool. Shout out to Joey DeLuca. If y'all could, get your questions in. Hashtag Knicks. All super chats are guaranteed to get on the show. So if you want to get on the show that way, if you want to guarantee your spot, go ahead and super chat for that. Also, if you haven't yet, please hit that thumbs up icon. 102 people watching, only 38 likes. Those are rookie numbers. Hit that thumbs up icon. Let's get up to 100 likes, and let's get this thing rolling.
Trucking.
You know, I woke up this morning and I asked myself, is this real life? And it is. And yeah, I'll be honest, that series broke me. It broke me a little bit. And to all 105 real ones in here, I'm going to be better in round 2. I'm going to be better in round 2. I could promise you that.
Even if they show a fine-looking girl 10 seconds left at the free throw line.
I know my guy Knicks Galaxy saw that.
I
saw Knicks Galaxy saw that. Look, I ride or die with this team. I love this team probably more than anything in my life right now. And look.
I also think it was a combination of how annoying.
The way it was happening.
Like Joel Embiid, I mean, just the flagrant fouls, like what he was doing. Like it was just a combination of a bunch of
It was an emotional series.
It was. But, I mean, you wait till Halliburton starts walking around MSG going like that. Like, it's going to get you mad again.
I'm going to try to be more positive. All I can give you is an effort, and I will put more effort into being positive. You guys deserve that. John Pettit says, hey, Marsh, that series battle tested us for the rest of the playoffs. Yes, it did.
Battle tested us.
I've never experienced a Knicks playoff series like that. I'm a 29-year-old Knicks fan. I've never seen anything like that. So, yeah, that was the first time we did that. And you know what? You're always better going back the second time. Better going back the second time. Shout out to K-Dub getting a question in. Champ getting a question in. Malik Haddad getting a question in. Knicks Galaxy getting a question in. Shout out to Joey DeLuca and his mom. It's his birthday, or her birthday. Shout out to Mrs. DeLuca. Mark got a question there. You did all right. Almost. He put a hashtag, just no Knicks. John Pettit says, yeah, right. You were ready to jump off the bridge. John Pettit, yesterday halftime was tough. I'm not going to lie. I told you, the series broke me, John Pettit. That series broke me.
But
I was emotionally drained. I ran out of fucks to give.
Brunson and DiVincenzo knocking down 4 straight free throws to ice the game was just like, I don't even know, but like, it was a good ending. Like, it was a good ending, especially the play with Brunson kicking it out the heart, you know, comparison to the play last year versus the Heat. Like,
wow. Oh, no, I'm not kidding. That series broke me, man. It did. And we're better because of it. We're better because of it. We are better because of it. Shout out to everybody in the building. Tootsie says, I ain't scared of the Pacers. I'm not scared, but I do have respect for the Pacers. They're not going to roll over.
no, they're not.
This isn't going to be just you walk in, you show up, and you win. You're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to go take it from them. This isn't going to be roses and dandelions.
The Knicks aren't good enough to play like that.
No.
Like, their swagger, their MO is like treating everybody the same, and it's all about the process, all about playing hard. Like, Indiana's not just going to be, I don't know, scared. Like, I don't think they're going to be scared at all. But
they won't be. They've got a good coach over there. Rick Carlisle is an NBA champion.
Yeah.
He's going to have that team ready to play, and he's going to give them the belief that they can do this.
I mean, he had the greatest upset in recent finals history. Like,
yep. And they're young and arrogant enough to where they've got the belief.
Like like they don't understand the pressure almost. It's like blissful ignorance almost for Indiana.
John Pettit, I wish I would have took my own advice yesterday. As Malik Haddad, my man, tuning in, throwing in a $5 super chat. Woo! Shout out to Malik Haddad. He was showing major love all series long. Says, remember when you were hoping we would lose so we wouldn't have to play the Sixers in round 1? We weren't doing that.
No, we weren't doing that at all. I was doing that.
Seeps was doing that. I was not.
I was doing it a little bit.
I was not to the degree that Seeps was.
That is so long ago, Malik. The fact you would bring that up.
Malik, I thought we were friends, bro.
Dog.
I thought we were friends, Malik. Is this what you want to throw? We're throwing each other under the bus here on a beautiful Saturday, Friday.
You guys going to bring up the draft lottery again?
Yeah. What's next? You're going to bring up the draft lottery when we messed up?
After everything we've been right about, y'all just...
After the emotional roller coaster that we've been on for the past 14 days, Malik's going to do this to us.
It's incredible.
Malik, come on, dog. That hurts a little bit. Brody. I thought we were boys.
That's crazy work, Malik.
Melbster, what's up, bro? He says, when is the lottery? A week from Sunday, right? A week from Sunday.
Before the Knicks game.
King Ja laughing at us in the chat. Everybody's just laughing at us today. It's all good.
It's cool, guys.
It's all good. We'll stand tall. We're in great spirits. Malik's talking about we were trying to duck the Sixers. That's cap, Malik. It's cap, Malik.
I did the opposite of that.
Seeps, on the other hand.
Yeah, I was trying to duck the Sixers, but...
What's up, Jacko? What's up, MSH? What's up, Mark? This is a real question. How are we going to deal with the Pacers' depth and pace with the 7 guys we're playing? You should ask that question and include hashtag Knicks in there so we can put it in our mailbag coming up in about 25 minutes. Malik says we can finally laugh after 2 weeks of pure tension. We can. And bang, we're in there. Look, I'm someone that can always laugh at myself. I think if you can't laugh at yourself, you're probably living a miserable life. And look, I go back and I watch the streams and I laugh, and it is what it is. We learned a lot about ourselves over the past 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
We learned a lot about who we are. And I'm not talking about Knicks fans. I'm talking about people. I learned a lot about myself. You learn a lot about yourself when you stand up and do this right here.
Joey DeLuca. What are you saying? I don't know, Powerball or Mega?
What do you mean Powerball or Mega?
Y'all are my family. Appreciate you, JD.
Joey, you know what it is. Joey. Melbster says Mars, so the Knicks have... Melbster, I just can't talk off-season today, homie. I can't talk off-season. I've talked to Knicks off-season for too many years while the regular season and postseason were going on. I'm talking Pacers today. So if people do have questions about the offseason, we're not going to include those in the mailbag. We're just not doing that today. I can't. We've got an opportunity to go to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 2000. And see, it's not an opportunity. You are the favorites by a wide margin to win this series.
Yeah.
I had to put $355 down on a bet to win 125.
I mean, it would be a disaster if they didn't beat Indiana.
Oh, it would be a disaster if you lose in Indiana.
I can't imagine it. Indiana and Tyrese Halliburton.
Steven Spalding says, we're here for the real, raw, uncut Marsh. Better not switch up.
I'm saying Marsh is going all PC on us for round 2, apparently.
No, I'm just learning from some mistakes we made along the way. Hey, I'm not a finished product. That's the most emotional 2 weeks I've experienced as a Knicks fan in my life. That was worse than Miami. That was worse than Cleveland. That was worse than 2013 against the Indiana Pacers. That was the most stressful 2 weeks I have experienced as a Knicks fan. I'm 29 years old. I didn't get to see the glory days. I didn't get to see Pat Ewing. I didn't get to see those boys. But we're going to be better going forward. I'll tell you that much. I'm still going to cuss people out. I'm still going to tell people in the chat to lick my nuts. We're still doing all of that. If I see a baddie in the section, I'm going to say there's a baddie out there. We may hit the DM. Hey, we may hit that next round.
You didn't bring that out in Game 4.
We're still going to do what we do, but I'm just going to try to be a little bit better.
Bronx boy's switching up on us.
The Bronx boy has kind of turned, I don't know.
I think he's gotten like an ego.
A little bit.
He's too cool for us now. I don't know. What do you do on your 47th birthday?
Take your kids fucking bowling. That's what you do.
Oh, I love that so much.
John Pettit, that was like the Eastern Conference Finals. I've never experienced what the Eastern Conference Finals felt like, but I assume that's what it feels like. I do. Bronx boy, any idea who Daniel Jones' replacement will be in 2 years? Exactly. You get it.
Yeah, I think that was Vibes.
Vibes comes in with a $20 super chat. I know this is the NBA playoffs, but any idea? I love Vibes.
Or he said, how bad does the 2025 draft class look for QBs?
I'm like, Vibes, I almost just died in front of 9,000 people watching. That was crazy. We got up to 8,300 people live at one point.
Yeah.
That's 16,600 eyeballs, unless some people had one eye.
Probably as many Sixers fans at the stadium as there were Knicks fans in the live chat. That's pretty cool.
That's the highest I think we've ever had. I think that's the highest I've ever had on Knicks or on Giants.
Crazy, bro.
Melpster, why isn't Tibbs not playing Burks? Hey, hashtag Knicks that question, Melpster, and we'll answer that in the mailbag. Bronx boy, just remember us when you're famous. I don't even know who you are right now, Bronx boy. My man OG in the building. OG. How we feeling, dude? How we feeling? We've been on this run together from day one. Me and you, OG. I've never experienced anything like that as a Knicks fan. Maybe you have. I've never seen anything like that. I really haven't. I asked this question: who is better at basketball right now than Jalen Brunson? I don't think there's 5 people in the world better than him. I really don't. And you know what? The only person I'm writing in ink is Jokic. Everybody else I'm writing in pencil. Because he's got a shot to prove he's better than anybody else in this league this year. I'm dead serious.
Like
Luka, Giannis, all of them.
He's by far the second best player in the playoffs.
The get-in price per ticket for Game 1 at MSG, $421.
Okay.
I just bought a Mavs ticket for Game 6 for $130.
Yeah.
For $130.
Yeah, Marsh and I are going to be at the Mavs game tonight, Game 6.
I'm just going to watch. I'm not rooting for anyone. I just wanted to be in an atmosphere like that.
Yeah.
I hadn't got to go to a playoff game yet this year, obviously. So I just wanted to be in that atmosphere today. Assess Oreo says Jamal Murray is better.
Yeah.
No,
Totally.
he's not. No, he's not. Jamal Murray's tough. I'm a big Jamal Murray fan. I told someone else that's hosting this show right now that he's better than James Harden at one point, and they told me I was wrong, but I think that's proven itself
That was
over
also
time.
2 years ago.
I think there's a skill in seeing it before it happens.
There's also a certain big man in Philadelphia you were saying is better than a certain big man in Denver.
We both were on that. We both were.
No, I was on the Jokic side.
No, you were not. You were in. Oh, shut the hell up. This guy just says shit to make him. It's all good. It's all good. We know who had who. We know who had who winning game 5, game 6. We know who had who winning game 6.
Right, Bronx boy?
Right,
Got
Bronx
me, bro?
boy? Yep.
You got me, bro?
I in Dallas, I'd call you crazy. You guys in Dallas, if you told me I'd be watching 2 people in Dallas, I'd call you crazy. I'd call you crazy. I'd call you crazy. That's where they pay us to live. That's where they pay us to live. It's a great city, though. It really, really is. OG says, I've seen the Knicks in the finals. I've seen Knicks in 2 finals, and I feel as hype as I was for those games. How can you not be? How can you not be? For everyone just joining the stream, the Knicks are one of 3 teams to have been to the second round in the last 2 seasons. They are one of the best basketball organizations in the world right now.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I legitimately think that they will never be worse than what they are right now. Like, they are only going to get better with 10 future first-round picks. Like,
in the Brunson era. Like, this is probably
the worst team you'll ever see around Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, I mean, just even look at last year. Like, it's gotten better from then.
Yep. It's going to continue to get better and better and better.
Could you imagine if they didn't make that OG and Obi trade? Like, even just that, one move. Like, Sixers probably pack you up in 6.
You're not getting the 2 seed if you keep Quickly and RJ. I'll tell you that much.
Imagine if the Knicks, though, Marsh. Imagine if they had a backup power forward.
Oh, yeah. Maybe if they could have kept Obi Toppin or Cam Reddish.
The only move that's going to come back to bite the Knicks is getting rid of Arch. That's going to...
I don't love that they traded Grimes for Bogey.
I know.
Especially with Bogey getting hurt now. I understand why they did it, and I liked the move at the time. I just believe in Grimes as a player.
Yeah. And
I don't
point Malachi.
Yeah, Malachi fucking Flynn scoring 50. It just feels like the only reason you made that trade was for him to produce this year, and he's not doing it.
Yeah.
Because he's hurt. Which I think
that was kind of, not like an all-in move for this year, but that was like a...
we're pushing chips into the table.
Yeah, like we're trying to...
We're giving up Grimes, so we wouldn't include for Donovan Mitchell, and we gave up multiple second-round picks.
Yeah.
And you traded Arch.
Arch has to be sick. Right. I mean, I'm serious.
Oh, man. 183 people watching. If you haven't yet, please hit that thumbs up icon. Easiest way to support the channel. We've got 2 segments here on today's show. Going to be a little bit of a quicker live, but I still wanted to hop up here. We were actually off today. We didn't have to come into work today, so we just wanted to come in and get you guys a live show. We already put out a preview video out on the channel. If you haven't watched that yet, do that after today's show. But I wanted to, just have some fun here on today's show. So we're going to go through a segment where the New York Knicks advance to the Eastern Conference Finals if. I'm going to give you my 5 biggest reasons the Knicks will win this series, and then we're going to close today's show with a mailbag where we just answer your questions. So if you want your question answered on today's show, just drop a comment in the comment section and include hashtag Knicks. I would like to stay away from off-season questions just because I think we all know as Knicks fans, we've spent way too much time in our lives talking about who the Knicks might get, who the Knicks want, and who the Knicks might try to trade for. While that's all fun and all that stuff, for me, I have prayed and begged for an opportunity to watch a team in the second round with a chance to get to the conference finals. So we're going to strictly talk Knicks today, currently against the Indiana Pacers. Steven Spalding says, well, their live stream has 50 to 60,000 popping in the streams. They're crack, man. Last 2 streams, over 200,000 people have tuned in. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Steven Spalding's been showing major love all year long. He thinks Seeps knows a lot of ball for some reason. Steven
just he is a good eye.
Steven's got an eye for who knows ball.
He has a great eye. Shout out to my man Steven, though.
Steven Spalding, you're a legend. You're a legend.
We had Bronx Boy in the chat the last 2 streams, too.
Bronx Boy.
That was pretty cool.
That was cool. That was cool from the Bronx Boy. That man could have been doing whatever he wants. Troll says, can we get ready for some damn football? Troll, I'm going to enjoy one of my teams being in the playoffs before I got to watch the New York Giants.
I was going to say,
year.
if you are a Knicks Giants fan, you really got to enjoy this right now.
Mark says, still want to trade for Embiid? Not me. No.
Yeah, all right, bro.
No. I mean, it would be the type of move from him. Can't beat him, join him. Can't beat him, join him.
Oh, Embiid?
Yeah. He's that type of guy. Will says, Marsh, how and when did you become a Knicks fan and live in Dallas? It's a crazy story. Crazy story. You ready for this?
It was last year when the Knicks made the playoffs. Marsh was like, I'm on the bandwagon.
I'm actually a Mavericks fan, and when the Knicks beat the Cavs in round 1, I decided to be a Knicks fan.
Decided to come on over.
It was really, I was a Mavs fan that loved Jalen Brunson, and then when the Knicks signed Brunson, I became a Knicks fan. Do y'all like I'm not trying to like be mean here, but do you really think like I'm not a Knicks fan? If so, you should tell me to go to an acting school, because if I am putting on that good of an act through these live games, and I should be getting paid a lot more money and probably be in a movie somewhere.
Honestly, like the raw emotion that
If
you would
that's-
be faking would be some. I mean, that's some Leo stuff right there.
Oh my God. Hey, if you are a Mavs fan, tune in to Dallas Mavericks Today by Chat Sports. Producer Coop, lucky producer Coop, will be live on the channel breaking that one down. Seriously, though, I was born in New York on Long Island, Port Jefferson area. My dad's a New Yorker, 35-plus years. Born in New York, raised in Houston, Texas, went to college in Dallas, and then got a job in Dallas to cover the Knicks. I don't understand how that's so hard to understand at times. But I appreciate all the people that question if I actually am a Knicks fan, because I think that means I'm doing something right. I think it means I'm doing something right. Of all teams, you think I'd be a bandwagon for the Knicks?
Yeah, I don't think that.
Michael P. A lot of Knicks fans in Houston. I used to go to the Knicks Rockets games going up, and there was always a lot of Knicks fans in the building. We're everywhere. We're everywhere. Bodega. Marshall equals Knicks fan. Bang, bang. Clint's from Port Jeff. Yes, yes. Shout out to PJ. Malik says Knicks versus Mavs in the final. Who am I cheering for, Marsh?
It's a tight one.
It's tough, man. That's tough.
It's tough.
Maybe the Knicks, though. Maybe the Knicks, considering that's my team. Malik says, can you imagine JB and Embiid on the same team? We'd get 100 free throws per game.
That would be rough.
Troll says, Marsh, you're doing a hell of a job acting. Exactly. John Pettit says, born in Brooklyn, Queens, live out in Long Island, about 20 minutes east off Port Jeff. Sweet. That's awesome. Shout out to Long Island. I love going back. Jorge says Marshall can get the Academy Award after Dante hit that three-pointer. Yeah, that was an out-of-body experience for sure. That was an out-of-body experience. Marsh, how do I get a job like this? You apply to Chat Sports when they put a job up there. You apply to Chat Sports. I may interview you. I may have to quiz you on your basketball knowledge, Joey DeLuca. All right. Because I actually know a lot about sports as well. I know a lot about the NFL, and I know a lot about the NBA. I would love to be sports journalists. I don't know if we can call ourselves sports journalists. I would say we're
I
sports
wouldn't-
personalities.
Yeah, yeah.
I would say we're sports personalities.
Content creators.
Yeah. John Pettit says, crazy. I looked at tickets, $31,000 to sit next to Spike Lee. Chill out, big money. Chill out, big money.
Yeah, John P. Dog.
John Pettit. Jeez, dude.
Toss me a stack.
Save
dude.
some for us, John Pettit. Don't forget about the little guys up here having to come to work on their off day.
Like, do I want to sit next to Spike Lee or Action Bronson this next game? I'll see.
I think I may go to dinner with Ben Stiller, too, and pay for him.
Who was it? Was it Tracy Morgan?
Yeah, Tracy Morgan gave Tyrese Maxey the middle finger. Bronx Boy says, how's the nerd today? He breathed.
Didn't show up to work.
He didn't show up to work. Nah, Chase is a good dude. All right, let's go through this segment. We'll get to a mailbag in about 20 minutes or so. Let's dive into it. Round 2 of the NBA playoffs is right around the corner. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you the New York Knicks advance to the Eastern Conference Finals if. I'm going to fill in that blank on today's show and tell you how they get there. But first, I want you to answer it before I give you the answer. The Knicks will beat the Pacers if blank. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports, and I am your host, Marshall Green. In today's video, I'm going to tell you what the New York Knicks have to do if they want to advance past round 2 and go to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 20-plus years. Look, this is not going to be an easy series. I know there's a lot of people out there discounting the Indiana Pacers. They're a good basketball team. You don't get to the second round of the playoffs if you are not a good basketball team. But they are 100% beatable. And I believe the Knicks are the better team, and that's why I think the Knicks are going to win in 6 games, maybe even 5. But the number one most important thing, and if the Knicks are going to beat the Indiana Pacers, they need Jalen Brunson to be the best player in the series. And then also that includes that he needs to outplay Tyrese Halliburton. From now on, if the Knicks are going to win playoff games and win playoff series and maybe an NBA championship, you need Jalen Brunson to be the best player on the floor. Because with the injuries to Randall, because the injuries to Bojan Bogdanovic, you are a much, I would say, less deep team. You only go about 7 deep now. So you need your stars to shine the brightest. So let's take a look at some head-to-head stats between Brunson and Halliburton. Let's start with the 3 games they played this year, as the Pacers did go 2-1 in those ball games against the Knicks, but OG Anunoby did not play in any of those games. Brunson against the Pacers this year averaged 35.7 points per game on 49.4% from the field and just 31.6% from downtown. JB didn't shoot all that well in round 1 from deep. I want to see him knock down that long ball a little bit higher of a consistency. Halliburton, he stuffs the stat sheet, and we know that. This year averaged 19.7 points per game and 12.3 assists. He is the engine to their offense. He controls the show. He is the guy that gets people the ball in their spots. You look at the totality of the regular season stats, Halliburton averaged 20 points, 10.9 assists, and just 2.3 turnovers. Brunson out-edges him in the points per game. We know Halliburton, more of your maestro type of point guard. Brunson, more of the type of guard that's going to slowly kill you with mid-range jumper after mid-range jumper. You look at what both point guards did in round 1, and Jalen Brunson was sensational. I mean, if you would have told me that the Knicks would get 35.5 points per game on 9 assists and 43% from the deck from Brunson, I would have said, yeah, that would be insane, and he went out and did it. Halliburton averages just 16 points in round 1. He didn't shoot the ball all that well from distance either, and he really hasn't shot the ball well from 3 since the All-Star break. He's been a little bit dry from that department. Jalen Brunson needs to be the best player in this series. And when he does that, he'll outplay Tyrese Halliburton, and the Knicks will win it. Who's the better point guard, though? I want to hear from you. You rocking with the kid, JB, or the fake all-star, Tyrese Halliburton? Because that's what he was. Don't forget Jalen Brunson. They chose him to start in the All-Star game over you. Don't forget that. The Knicks beat the Pacers if OG Anunoby. Like, if OG Anunoby shows up and OG Anunoby does what he does, the Knicks are going to win this series. A little bit different. I think the actual value of OG Anunoby is going to shine brighter in this series. Is he capable of guarding Tyrese Maxey? Yeah, it's a really tough ask for him, no doubt about it, especially when you're going to run off screen after screen after screen. But OG's defensive value is shown the most when he is asked to guard a wing. And Pascal Siakam is the wing that he will be guarding. Former teammates. You think these guys have ever played one-on-one? You think these guys have ever gone at it at practice before? You think OG Anunoby knows the moves of Pascal Siakam? He does. Siakam was really good in round one against the Milwaukee Bucks. And OG will be the guy that is thrown on him and expected him to slow him down and make life tough for him. Siakam loves to put pressure on the front of the rim. He loves to attack. He doesn't shoot the outside shot all that well. He likes to get out in transition, get those easy buckets, and attack. He wants to put pressure on the basket. And OG is going to be tasked with slowing him down. 22 points in round one for Siakam on great efficiency. OG was great in round one, though, too, even though we didn't necessarily see the type of defense he was able to put on display, which he can. I think we will in this series. But I want to continue to see OG Anunoby be aggressive on the offensive end. I don't think that there's a guy that can keep OG Anunoby from the rim on the Indiana Pacers. We saw him attack Embiid. We saw him do all those type of things. When Miles Turner is under the rim, rise up and throw it down like you did on Embiid in Game 6 at the Wells Fargo Center. If OG Anunoby can find a way to average 15 again, while also making life tough for Spicy P, Knicks are going to be in a good spot. Another reason I think the Knicks will win this series is the glue guys show up. And our glue guy out-glue guy their glue guys. And I'm looking at the Villanova boys, not named Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and Dante DiVincenzo. If you can get another 17 and 5 and 12 from Josh Hart in round two, you're going to be advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals. Am I expecting Josh Hart to shoot 43% from three again? I'm not. But you know what? I'm not going to doubt him because he looked ready to play all series long. I'm also expecting Dante DiVincenzo to be better than he was in round one. I need Dante DiVincenzo game 6, DiVincenzo to show up for every game this series. He's going to get better looks. They're going to load up on Brunson. Way less defensive-minded team are the Pacers compared to the Sixers. So, Devo, you get that shot, step into it, be confident, and take advantage of the opportunities you're going to get. And also Deuce McBride. I'm throwing him in there as a glue guy for the Knicks. How could you not? He was sensational in round one. Only 3 points. Only 3 points in game 6. But those 3 points were huge. Brunson sat for 2 minutes in the fourth quarter, and Deuce comes in, steps up, hits a freaking dagger of a three off the screen. He was awesome. 11 points per game in round one, 48% from the field and 43% from three. But our glue guys of McBride and DiVincenzo and Hart have to outplay the glue guys for Indiana. Yeah, it's Miles Turner and it's Siakam and it's Halliburton, but they go as these guys go. Nembhard, really good player, and he's becoming one of the best-kept secrets in this league. Aaron Nesmith shot better than 40% from three in the regular season. Struggled in the playoffs, but these two guys can knock shots down at an extremely high clip, and when they are playing well, and they play well alongside Siakam, Halliburton, and Turner, the Pacers are a really good basketball team. So we need our glue guys to outglue their glue guys, and I'm looking at Hart, DiVincenzo, and Miles McBride. I've got 2 more major talking points to bring up if the Knicks are going to win this series, but I also got to tell you guys about our proud sponsor, Prize Picks. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use that promo code CLNS, and Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. The NBA playoffs are here. The second round is almost underway, and there's no better time to get hooked up with Prize Picks. It's daily fantasy sports made easy. All you do is create a lineup of 2 to 6 players, and you simply choose more or less on their projected stat line. Get hooked up with Prize Picks. It's a lot of fun. You can win some money by picking more, picking less. Turn your hoops knowledge into some dollars. All that information will be clickable down in the comments and description of today's show. The Knicks are going to beat the Pacers if they can slow down the pick and roll, pick and pop offense that the Indiana Pacers want to operate in. We are going to see high screen and roll, high pick and pop, spread the floor with Tyrese Halliburton and Miles Turner over and over and over again. You know, the last time the Knicks played an offense that spammed high pick and roll over and over and over again, it was round one last year against the Cleveland Cavaliers. At some point, Tom Thibodeau is going to come up with a game plan to slow that down. But it's going to take some adjusting because we know Tibbs loves to live in that drop defense. What is drop defense? It's when your big that is guarding the screener quite literally drops into the paint to offer defensive help on the ball handler that is attacking the rim. When you do that, that leaves you susceptible to get beat in a pick and pop. And that is where the Knicks have been somewhat hurt this year. We saw that against the Boston Celtics. Kristaps Porzingis has had some pretty good games this year against the Knicks, and we've also seen Miles Turner in the past. I think this might be more of an Isaiah Hartenstein series than Mitchell Robinson series because I just think he's a little bit more disciplined on the defensive end around the perimeter. I think he moves his feet a little bit better, and I actually like him on Miles Turner in those pick and pop situations. Turner has had some success for the Knicks, and you might be asking, these are stats since 2020. These are Miles Turner stats since 2020 against the New York Knicks. I chose that year because that was the first year that Tom Thibodeau became the head coach of the New York Knicks. And we've seen Miles Turner have some big games against the Knicks with Tom Thibodeau as the coach because of the way that they play defense. They run that drop defense. It allows Turner to get some clean looks off the catch from the top of the key and knock down some threes, averaging 14.1 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, knocking it down from the field at 51.3% and 40.3 from downtown. Turner has had games of 25 points, 22 points, 28 points, and 23 points. He also has games where he's made 3 3-pointers, 7 3-pointers, 3 and 6. So Turner has had some really big games against the Knicks. It's going to take Tom Thibodeau to adjust the way that he does play defense. The Knicks will also beat the Indiana Pacers if they get back on defense. We know that Indiana wants to run. They want a gun. They operate at one of the highest paces in the league. That is the way that Carlisle wants to play basketball. Very reminiscent of Mike D'Antoni back with the Phoenix Suns, 7 seconds or less. They believe if we get more possessions and if we get more shots on the rim and we could take more threes, we're going to win. And it is a true clash of two vastly different styles. The New York Knicks, when it comes to pace, which is the amount of possessions per 48 minutes, the New York Knicks were last in the regular season at 95.9. The Indiana Pacers, 102.1. The second fastest pace in the NBA. You look at the postseason, though. You know in the postseason the game slows down. It's more of a half-court offense, and you really have to grind out possessions. The Knicks tied for the worst pace in round one with the Philadelphia 76ers, and the Indiana Pacers, they were tied for the 9th pace at 92.8. So you see a major drop-off in the way that they played, in the speed, and the style of that. The Knicks need to dictate the pace of this game. These need to feel like New York Knicks basketball games, not Indiana Pacers, AAU, run and gun, up and down type of games. You control the pace, you limit the possessions that they can operate in the fast break, and the Knicks are going to be in a really good spot to get to the conference finals for the first time since 2000. It's going to come down to your starting five, though. It really, really is. The Knicks are right now not a deep team. You don't have Bogey, which is someone that I think you're really going to miss in this series. I think you're also obviously going to miss Julius Randle. Like there's no debate in that. But you've got enough. You've got enough to win this series. Maybe Alec Burks needs to play a couple of minutes. Maybe Precious Achiuwa needs to play a couple minutes because I don't really love the idea of playing just 7 players all postseason long. I know Deuce and I know Mitch will play, but I also really hope that Tibbs will expand that rotation just a little bit. You got to slow them down. It's a high-scoring offense. There's a reason that all of their starters averaged over 11 points per game in the playoffs. Halliburton is a good player. He is. Turner's a good player. Siakam's a good player. Nembhard is up and coming. I really like his game. He's probably going to be the primary defender on Jalen Brunson, picking him up 90 feet from the basket. Aaron Nesmith, I'm a fan of his game as well. He got out of Boston, and he really started to become the player that a lot of people thought he could be. But in the playoffs, it comes down to the little things. And the little things that will be big in this series. You need to dominate the offensive rebounding for the Knicks. You have to in that department. You need to turn the ball over less than them, because turnovers against the Pacers turn into run and gun fast break opportunities. Limit your turnovers. And I'll say it one more time. Make your clutch free throws. Because if you do not make your clutch free throws this postseason, we might just be having a different host on this channel. Because I'm not sure I will survive. Who do you got? Who do you got? Getting to the Eastern Conference Finals. I can't believe we're doing it. Knicks, Pacers. Who do you got? Make sure you are following me over on social media at @MarshallGreen_ on Twitter, as well as at @MarshallGreen_ on Instagram. I'm getting giddy just thinking about it. Monday. I better see all your beautiful faces there, because we'll be live. So make sure you are subscribed. Monday, game 1. Monday. I don't know why. I'm not going to say I'm nervous, but I am anxious.
I just think because it's like everybody expects the
I
Knicks
don't,
to win.
and you have been saying it all year long, and what have I been telling you? I'm a little scared of the Pacers. Scared, probably not the right word. I respect them a lot. The Knicks are not built to win games if you score in the 120s.
And I just don't think you can't play that way in a 7-game series in the playoffs and expect to win. You have to have some sort of physicality in the playoffs, and I just don't think the Pacers have that.
They're not a small team. I mean,
you got Siakam and Turner are some big dudes.
And the big Smith off the bench.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah, Smith's good.
And we saw the Knicks were kind of getting cooked on the offensive glass in Game 6 in that fourth quarter. How many fourth quarter offensive rebounds did the Philadelphia 76ers have? It seemed like 7.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's just, I think a lot of these postseason games, like, even though, like, the Pacers can get up and down for the first 3.5 quarters, but when it is those clutch time moments, less than 5 minutes left, like, the game just naturally slows down. And when it's Brunson, you got to think about it. It's going to be a Brunson pick and roll with whoever versus Tyrese Halliburton, Miles Turner pick and pop. End of these games. Who's going to execute more? The Knicks. Just like how it was either an Embiid post up for the Sixers or Jalen Brunson going ISO. They executed more out of that set.
Philly had 9 offensive rebounds. Knicks had 15 yesterday.
Miles Turner, I'm very excited to watch him play, though, against this Knicks front court. Because I feel like they could embarrass him.
You think so?
Is he hanging with Mitch, Rob, and Hartenstein? I don't know. I just feel like the Pacers are if they want to win, they need Nembhard to average 15. They need Nesmith to average 15. I just don't think it's gonna happen. That's why I got Knicks in 5. Let's go Knicks, Pacers, Knicks.
The conference finals are right there.
And you could not load up for the conference finals, but
the conference finals are right there. The conference finals are right there. They are right freaking there. Oh, man. Chase Sr. coming in with a $5 super chat. What's this about? Says this. I'm fucking dead.
What's good, Bronx boy?
What are you going to say about that, Bronx boy? Chase Sr. just called you out, Bronx boy. Did Bronx boy leave? Did he go cry? Did he go full? What happened, Bronx boy? I'm fucking...
Oh, my God. Bronx boy in the chat?
Is Bronx boy here? Holy shit, that's...
I didn't even see it come in.
I didn't see it come in either.
Chase Sr.
It said this... I love the quotes. Still gonna... He did. He did. Chase Sr. right after the show came in. I'll tell you this much. He's better than me.
Yeah.
He's better than me. Bronx boy, shut the hell up.
Come on, Bronx.
He's better than me. He was. He really, really was. He came in the studio and said, great win. Chase is a fucking good-ass dude, man. He did. He's take Tyrone, say congrats to the Knicks again. He already did. He said, hard-fought, well-earned series, Bronx boy. Brunson, top 5 in the NBA. We love Chase Sr. We love Chase Sr.
Know some hoops?
My man knows ball. My man knows ball. Bronx boy's such a little prick.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God, that's freaking hilarious. I don't hope Chase is still in here. Rodrigo.
Thanks, Chase.
I didn't even see that come in.
I didn't either until I went to the super chat.
It must have been we were in the cut. Rodrigo, thank you for the super chat, bro. Says yesterday I saw the game with my son. Screamed a lot with the basket of heart. Big win. Now go to Indiana. Salute from Iquique, Chile, my friends. Wow. Worldwide. Knicks now. Worldwide. Shout out to Rodrigo. Thanks for tuning in, man. Thank you for showing love. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. Oh, Lord, that was funny as hell. Bronx boy got dissed.
Bronx boy got put in the body.
Chase Sr. 1, Bronx boy 0.
I don't know if Bronx boy's going to be able to show his face around
Is
here
Bronx
anymore.
boy going to be able to answer? I don't even know how he answers.
I mean, besides the nerd comment, like, that's all he really has.
That's funny. That is funny. Here's this leaked video of Damian Lillard and Bobby Portis trash-talking Halliburton. Halliburton said, "Get the F out of my face." Dame said, "You a bitch." Then Bobby Portis points at Tyrese and James Johnson. Portis, "Bitch ass, you a bitch." And then James Johnson says, "I will fuck you up, I promise." Isn't James Johnson a black belt?
Is he?
I think so.
Former Heat guy?
Yeah.
Is he on the
Yeah.
Pacers staff? Or
He's a player.
he's still
He
still
doesn't
playing?
play. James Johnson, "I promise you, I'll fuck you up. I'll fuck you up."
Seems like Halliburton doesn't really have that much respect.
No, he's a loser.
Got that really cool video of him singing Drake in the club an All-Star weekend, though.
With a freaking wife beater on. Or a tank top. I don't know if you can call those shirts that anymore. Yeah, Chase wants to James Johnson, Bronx boy. John Pettit, he is a punk. He is a punk. All right, we're going to get to a mailbag, and then we're going to close out today's show. If you want to get your question on, those shirts are called A-shirts. Never heard of that. Never heard of that. My guy Nick Davidov is in the building. Everybody drop an eyeball emoji in the chat. for Nick Davidov in the building. What up, Davidov? How we feeling, baby? How we feeling, Nick Davidov? We're going to the second round. Can you believe it?
Yeah, A-shirts.
I've never heard of A-shirts.
Me neither.
Is that a... I never heard of an A-shirt. Where I'm from, they were always just called WBs. WBs. Shout out to Davidov. What up? My guy Will in the building. What's up, Will? What's up, Will? Brandon says, wait, so are you guys not worried about obituary topping in his new game? No. I am not scared of Obi topping. Should we be?
No.
Should we be? Feeling great, Davidov? I'm feeling great too, brother. I'm feeling great, man. No push notey, Will? That's messed up, dog. That's messed up, bro. Make sure them things set to all, dog. Davidov says Knicks in 5.
With you.
I said Knicks in 6 in my preview video. I think I should have stood on Knicks in 5.
I just can't see them actually winning 2 games.
93 Navman in the building. What's up, bro? We'll get to that question on the mailbag we're about to dive into. Shout out to 93 Navman. That's a Chat Sports legend right there. Chase Sr. in the... Get fucked, Bronx boy.
Yeah, what's good, Bronx boy?
Get fucked, Bronx boy. Nah, I love Bronx boy. I also love Chase Sr. That was funny as shit. That was funny.
Those are 2 of my favorite people right there, just going at it.
Bronx boy says Chase is going to destroy me come football season. Yeah, we'll take our laps now before we got to play the Eagles twice. Before we got to play the Eagles twice.
Should have brought up the Saquon tweet to Chase. The game was crazy lit.
I can't wait for home games at the Link.
I'm geeked for home games at the Link this year.
My man said, it's been 2 months. Why are y'all still mad? Bro, you haven't even played for the Eagles yet. Wait till you come back to MetLife and you hear, fuck you, Saquon Barkley chants.
Just can't get over it. That game was crazy lit.
The game was crazy lit. I'm super geeked for games at the Link. I'm super geeked.
I'm geeked up right now.
I'm super geeked. Oh, Saquon, bro. You used to be so cool. You used to be so cool.
All right.
Keep lying about saying they never offered you a contract, brother. All right. Will says, Marsh, would you rather have the Knicks win a championship or the Liberty? That's tough. That's tough.
That's a tough one. Sabrina.
If I had to answer, I really don't want to answer this question. I think... No, we don't need that. We don't need that. I think I got to go with the Liberty, right? I'm going to be more pumped if Sabrina can bring one home to the city.
Yeah. PC Marsh. I'm super geeked up.
I'm super geeked up for the Liberty this year.
The game was crazy lit.
Yeah, he was getting crazy booed. And then he went to Twitter and cried. We're still mad 2 months later. Michael Vasquez, what up, man? What's up, Vasquez? I'm going to put a deal out there. If we get to $100 in super chats, I'm doing a boot. A celebratory boot.
Alrighty.
If we get to $100 in super chats, I'm doing a boot to celebrate. What we got to do a race?
Try and go shotgun racing?
Shotgun racing? I think we make Smitty drink. I think we make Smitty drink.
I think so too.
Not yet, but we're just talking about the idea.
You know what? I like that shirt. Like my shirt today.
You are looking like a New Yorker today.
He is.
Shout out to Smitty, finally repping for his home state.
The Yanks.
Come on. Bronx Bombers. Aaron Judge should start hitting over 200. It's been a while.
The Bronx boys need to start hitting better together as a team.
It's a problem. It's a problem. problem. Only guy who's hitting right now is Juan Soto and Anthony Volpe. There's 7 other guys in the lineup.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. If we get a $100 super chat, we'll do a 3-way shotgun race. How about that?
I like that.
If we get a $100 super chat, we'll get a 3-way shotgun race going. Me, Seeps, and Smitty. How about that? How about that? Tootsie says, yo, Marsh, Mets or Yankees? It's the Yankees. It's the Yankees. It's always the Yankees. We got Juan Soto. That's all that matters. He says, will or Smitty do 3?
I think we just make Smitty just 3 in a row.
3 shotguns in a row?
3 boots in a row.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
Are we hitting the bar before the game?
I told Sam to pick up a couple beers that we could have at the crib, and then we hit up Hero.
So Hero before the game.
Game's at 8:30. I want to get in there at like 7:45. Which I want to get in there a little earlier.
I moved my haircut up to 6 o'clock, so we're getting
All right.
things up.
Go to Hero 6:30. Or do we go earlier?
As Allie Burfoot.
Yo.
Ellie Burfoot.
Allie
Beret?
Beret.
Beret Fott?
Beret Flop.
A la Burfoot.
Allier.
I think this is the Celtics
Ally.
report.
Celtics now?
Celtics season over in 2 weeks when they play the Knicks in the conference finals.
Not true, not true.
Allie Barefoot, host of our Celtics Today channel, says, is this enough for a Smitty shotgun?
What?
As
You are that cheap.
as we have one of the most wild super chats.
We can't let Allie Barefoot intrude our chat and out super chat us. That's all I'm going to say.
No. Bronx Boy.
Bronx Boy is referring to Chase Sr. as the nerd, but then Chase Sr. bodied the Bronx Boy. And now the Bronx Boy's back with a $20 super chat. Says, gotta bounce. Date night with wife. Pray I get laid. F Philly, F the nerd. Love you all.
Prayer emojis in the chat from my man Bronx Boy.
Everybody say a prayer for the Bronx Boy. He's hoping to get something. I don't know what that means, but I'm hoping it works out for you. I'm hoping it works out for you.
DC's comment. Oh
This is
my.
what happens when you guys go live and it's like no game.
Yeah, we gotta.
DC, you better show some respect, brother.
You don't know who that is.
You better show some respect,
Kind of
brother.
want to kick DC from the chat.
Do we kick DC from the chat?
It's Trey Green giving a.
Trey Green in the chat. We're praying he gets, I don't know what that L word means, but I'm hoping it works out for him. I'm hoping it's working.
Hey, get him, Bronx Boy.
Get him, Bronx boy! Get him, Bronx boy!
Let's go.
Oh, my Bronx boy, he couldn't pull the women you pulled 30 years ago.
Come on.
DC.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Everyone throwing a good luck in for Bronx boy. Oh, I can't believe this is my job.
Smiling through it all. I can't believe this is my life.
I can't believe this is my life. Oh, my goodness. Scar says, what is the biggest threat to the Knicks in the next series? World War III. World War III. The only way the Knicks are not coming out of the East if there's a World War III. Yeah, unless Rudy Gobert gives the entire NBA COVID again, the Knicks are going to the conference finals. Huh. That's what I mean, coming out of the East. Unless the league gets shut down, the Knicks will be in the finals. Coop, the only thing stopping the Knicks to the finals is World War III or COVID-24. You better shut down the league. Because Jalen Brunson's coming.
We'll be going to game 3 in the finals.
I will be at game 3 in the finals, Knicks Mavs. Knicks Mavs, I'll be in the building. Supposedly James Yoder's buying us courtside tickets. That's what I heard.
I heard that as well.
If you're watching James Yoder, I'm just made that up, but I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea. Oh, man. Greeny from Long Island in the building. Yeah. Shout out to Greeny.
What is that word that Bronx Boy's talking about?
I don't know. I don't know. I think he said plaid. I hope I get a plaid kilt. I know he's a big kilt guy.
Okay.
I think he forgot the P there. Pray I get plaid. Maybe. I don't know.
Appreciate you, Alex.
John Pettit says, I'm thinking, what, Alex? Can I just say Patrick is looking seriously hot today? Way to go, Alex. Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot, Alex.
Hey, just because it's a goalie doesn't mean you can't shoot.
Alex, get a pick. Get a pick, Alex, and maybe Seeps will say it back. Maybe Seeps will say it back. This live stream's off the rails.
Let's get to this mailbag.
Let's get to this. Hashtag Knicks
Let's get to this
or
mailbag.
Super Chat to get on this mailbag. You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. In today's video, we're just going to answer questions from subscribers about everything Knicks versus Indiana Pacers. Let's start with a real one. My guy, Knicks Galaxy, tuning in, showing up, and showing out all year long. Says, you think Tibbs should play Achua more versus the Pacers? I do. I would like to see the New York Knicks maybe expand their rotation a little bit. When you go on a run in the NBA playoffs, it can go for a month. It could go for 2 months. It's a long time. And that is a long time to be playing NBA games at this high level of intensity with just 7 players. And that's the rotation that the Knicks have really run throughout the playoffs. In history, all NBA teams shrink their rotation as the playoffs go on. But I wouldn't mind Achua playing 5-6 minutes a game. Maybe you throw out Alec Burks for a couple of possessions because you're going to need some scoring to keep up with the high-powered offense of the Indiana Pacers. I think Achua could play some more. I honestly love the way he played in that Game 4 against the Sixers. I thought he gave you great defense. I also think it gives you another guy that could put the ball on the deck as a big and attack the rim. I don't need 20 minutes from Achua, but 5 to 7? Yeah, I'm cool with the big sneeze playing a little bit. Joey DeLuca, what's up, man? I think Shake is a great player. Do you think we should play in a couple of games to see how he plays in the playoffs for us? I think at this point, Shake Milton is someone that should not play unless there are injuries or foul trouble. I believe Shake Milton is a solid player as well, but it's just not there right now. The opportunity hasn't presented himself to get the minutes. He also isn't just up to speed with the team. Like, he hasn't gotten the reps. He hasn't gotten the PT. He hasn't really built up that team chemistry yet. I don't think Shake Milton should play. I'd probably play Burks ahead of him, but I don't know if either of those guys should even play. My guy, Jet Life 4 Life in the building. What's happening, bro? Hey, Marsh, who's guarding who in the semis? Pop up the Indiana Pacers roster court for me, if you can. Assuming they start the same 5 that they do, I'm putting Dante DiVincenzo on Aaron Nesmith to start. I'm putting Jalen Brunson on Nembhard. I'm putting OG on Siakam. I'm putting Hartenstein on Turner. And I'm starting with Josh Hart on Halliburton. I'd also be okay with Dante DiVincenzo guarding Tyrese Halliburton. I think I think DiVincenzo or Hart could guard Halliburton. But I'm definitely putting OG Anunoby on Pascal Siakam. And you know what? If Halliburton gets to running amok, you could throw OG on Halliburton. But I think it could be similar to what the Knicks saw with OG guarding Maxey, where they're just going to screen him to death, and it's almost impossible to run through screen after screen and stay up with him. So I would go with Brunson on Nembhard. I would go with OG on Siakam, Hartenstein on Turner. I'm going to start with Hart on Halliburton and DiVincenzo on Nesmith, but I'd be cool with either one of those. I also love the way that Maxey got defended by DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo struggled on defense for 5 games, but in Game 6, he locked it up. He played really well. So I'd be cool with DiVincenzo on Halliburton as well. I'm also fine with them throwing multiple defenders at him at different points of the game, give him different looks he's got to deal with. Make sure you hit that thumbs up icon. Because if you want the Knicks to beat the Pacers and you want the New York Knicks to go to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 2000, hit that thumbs up icon for me. We would greatly, greatly appreciate it. K-Dub coming in with a question. Says, can the Knicks make the finals with the Celtics injury to Porzingis? Absolutely. Absolutely. I've got the Knicks winning the East. I really, really do. I just feel something's a little bit special about this team. Something about this team is special. And I think it's going to show true in this series. And even if they have Porzingis or if they don't have Porzingis, yeah, I got the Knicks getting to the finals. I do. MSH, what up, man? Says, who's the better Thibodeau, Tom or Kayvon? At this point, it's Tom Thibodeau. Will, what do you guys think Brunson will hunt out on who? That's a good question. Tyrese Halliburton. He's going to hunt Tyrese Halliburton. Knicks will hunt Tyrese Halliburton. Nembhard, I believe Nembhard is going to be the primary defender on Jalen Brunson. And then the next guy up would be Aaron Nesmith. And then they don't really have anybody after that. You can put TJ McConnell on him off the bench. You're going to put Ben Shepherd on him, a rookie. I hope you put a rookie on Jalen Brunson. I would assume it's going to be Nembhard and then Nesmith. And I think the matchup that the Knicks will hunt is Tyrese Halliburton, even though he's got a little bit of length on Brunson. But Brunson could take it to the chest and kind of body him up a little bit. More questions coming up around the corner. But first, I got to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Prize Picks. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use that promo code CLNS. And Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Prize Picks is the #1 daily fantasy sports app in the game, and they're our proud sponsor. So if you love Knicks now, get hooked up with Prize Picks. All you do is create a lineup of 2 to 6 players, and you simply pick more or pick less on the projected stat line for those players. It's a lot of fun. It's easy. It's exciting, and it makes game days a whole lot more entertaining and an opportunity for you to win some money. So prizepicks.com/CLNS, promo code CLNS. Support the show. Support the sponsor. Be a real one. 93 Nav, man, what's up, bro? I've watched Siakam a lot, and he does tend to foul when pressured. Bring the bench in the paint after. Kind of confused. Attack Siakam, like make him play defense? Yeah, I mean, look, I think the Knicks need to continue to put pressure on the rim. We saw DiVincenzo do that from time to time. We've seen Hart do that. But the guy I want to consistently be downhill attacking is OG Anunoby. And we saw in Game 6 him bypass a couple of wide open threes to put the ball on the deck one time, one long two-step, and get to the rim and finish. And that's taking a 100% shot, even though he missed a dunk in Game 6. A very high percentage shot instead of a 30 to 40% shot from three. I want the Knicks to continue to attack the glass. And I want OG Anunoby to be that guy. That guy's an athletic freak, man. We saw him rise up and throw it down on Embiid. That's what I would roll with. I want those guys to continue to attack. And if you can get Siakam in foul trouble, they could be in some trouble. Mark K, can you agree that JB reminds me of Allen Iverson? Yeah, I could see a lot of similarities between Jalen Brunson and Allen Iverson. Smaller players, but a lot of that and a whole lot of skill. And some of the best scoring guards of all time. A lot of similarities there. Malik Haddad, what's up, man? The Knicks go for O boards aggressively. How worried are we the Pacers' fast break opportunities when we get? That's a great question, Malik, and that's something that the Knicks are going to have to balance because the reason. This is a great question, bro. And honestly, something I hadn't even thought of, which is a little bit disappointing for me as I think through this right now. Tibbs is going to have to find a balance between that because that's the Knicks' identity. That's why the Knicks are the 2 seed. That's why the Knicks were able to beat the Philadelphia 76ers. That's why they got to this spot. Their ability to dominate the offensive glass and get extra effort or extra possession after extra possession. When you talk about just efficiency numbers of strictly shooting the basketball, the Knicks are the middle of the pack. And they really only have one guy right now that can create a jump shot for himself consistently. So when you have that type of offense, you want to continuously get extra chances. And the way the Knicks do that is by offensive rebounding. But like Malik said, they'll have to balance all aboard the offensive glass or getting back on defense. That's going to be a tug and pull. What is that the phrase? Something along those lines. A little push and pull, maybe. I don't know. I think you know what I'm trying to say. That's something Tibbs is going to have to weigh. Man, this is a great question. How do they do it? How worried am I? They'll find a balance. Maybe it's just Hart and a big crashing the glass, and it's DiVincenzo and Brunson getting back. They'll figure it out. But that's something that I'm going to keep my eye on in this series. Great question, Malik. Will, if the Knicks win it all, Jalen Brunson becomes the greatest Knick of all time? Hard to put him above Walt Clyde Frazier, who has 2. And maybe the greatest closeout game in NBA history. But yes. If Jalen Brunson wins an NBA championship this year, he will be the greatest New York Knick of all time. He would. Because he doesn't have 4 other Hall of Famers on. Maybe he does. Maybe he does. That was a great question by Malik. Make sure you are following me over on social media at @MarshallGreen_ on Twitter, as well as Instagram. I'm tweeting about the Knicks every day. So hit me up over there, and let's go. One more sleep. Yeah, I feel you on that, Nav man. He would, huh? Nav man in the building. Nav man quite literally said Allie Barefoot sucks. It's actually written on the ceiling, right next to Gullible.
Nothing.
Nice. What's happening tonight? Allie Barefoot is going live on Chat Sports for Caitlin Clark's first preseason game in the W. I like how they call it the W. The W. So if you want to watch Allie Barefoot live play-by-play, hanging out, covering the Indiana Fever's game, first game in the W for Caitlin Clark, tune in, subscribe. Chat Sports. Let's ride. What up? Greeny says JB, fave player of all time is Steve Nash. No wonder he's cooking. Jaden says Marsh Pacers will also have to balance, so maybe the offensive rebounding. That's something too, and there's always 2 sides to the coin. While the Knicks will have to be cognizant of their relentless pursuit of the offensive rebounding, while also understanding that leaves you a little bit weak on the backside in fast break defense. But also, Indy's out and running and leaking out. You can dominate the board. So that's going to be a true seesaw that determines this game, this series. Scott Hernan coming in with a $5 super chat. Yeah, buddy. He says, saying my prayers for tonight. Also, good luck, Bronx boy. Good after it, brother. I'm calling a sweep over Indiana. Everyone give me your predictions in the chat. Predictions in the chat for this series. Smitty, what's your prediction?
Give me the Knicks in 5. I've been saying Knicks in 5 for a little bit now.
Knicks in 5?
I think there's a clear talent disparity and an effort disparity on the defensive end for New York.
Okay.
But I like your prediction though. Knicks in 6, stay humble. Keep it going, and it flows off the tongue.
Percival Glasgow, game 5. S Teacher Planner says Knicks in 6. DC, Knicks in 5. Randall Neptune says Knicks in 6. TA Cowboys, I really don't frickin' know. Me either. I say Knicks in 6, though. But I think it could be Knicks in 5. I think it could be Knicks in 5. Oh, man. What a show. What a show. Bronx boy asking for prayers tonight. Chase Sr. put him in the dirt. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Malik says, been humble all my life. F that. Give me Knicks in 4. No, the Mavs got the better player. They also lost Dorian Finney-Smith in first-round picks because of it. We don't talk about that part of it. No. Was perfect next to Luka. Navman says, I will have to be clear that if Celtics and Knicks wind up to the Eastern Conference Finals, which I suspect, love you, no shit, but I just hate the West with a path. Wait. I will have to be clear that the Celtics and Knicks wind up in the Eastern Conference Finals, which I suspect. I feel like you're trying to tell me you're going to be supporting the Celtics Today channel. And I like that. And I like that.
That's what we want.
We want that.
That's what we want.
We want that. Navman says Knicks in 6 over the Celtics. That's a great pick.
See, we got Buddy Bear.
We do have Buddy Bear.
Hey, you know Raiders love Celtics, but we got one of them.
S Teacher Planner coming on the $5 super chat. What's up, S Teach? Says I have no voice, no lessons were taught today. LMAO. I love our Knicks. Today's the day, S Teacher Planner, where you put on a movie.
Bill Nye.
Yeah, a little Bill Nye. Did he get canceled?
Did he?
If I was a teacher and I didn't want to teach, I'm just throwing on a movie.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll have a quiz about this later.
Throwing the Titanic historical event.
No lessons were taught today. Hey, that's my favorite day of school. I don't do school well.
I'm sure the kids loved it.
Yeah, I'm sure that you're now going to get Teacher of the Year. 93 Nav, man. It just hurts our heart a little bit that you're going to go rock with them over there. But, like, I'll take it on the chin. I'll wear it. Nah, 93 Nav, man's a goat. 93 Nav, man, a goat. Even though he loves Celtics today more than Knicks now by Chat Sports.
Which is a wild choice.
They had a blast today? Good. They did love her today. They did.
No doubt.
Pacers fans think they can wear the Knicks out and think Tibbs will gas them. Thing is, there's no team in the NBA that's in better shape than the New York Knicks.
There's not.
And that's gonna benefit them in this series.
For all the people that get on Tibbs during the regular season, for all that,
he's preparing his team.
They're the most battle-tested team in the NBA by far, and it's because
it's a battle of attrition.
It's a battle.
It's a battle of attrition.
I mean, I would love to play for Tibbs. I really would. It would be a MFer, but
says I got you all the way until then. Damn, that sounds like my girl telling me she's got me all the way until marriage.
Yeah,
that hurts.
That's crazy.
Nah, I ain't mad at you. DC says Knicks fans are everywhere. We're here. We're there. We're every fucking where. Knicks fans. Thing is, Knicks fans live everywhere. Everywhere. Everybody. All right. It's about that time. All right.
Thanks, fellas.
We are going to sign off on today's show. Before we do, Greeny from Long Island says, well, only reason I'm not going because Mother's Day weekend, I don't want to have to pray. Yeah, hey, I ain't mad at you. Hardly home, but always repping TA. Still tipping on fofos, wrapped in fofos. All right. I love y'all. We will be live on the channel an hour before tip-off on Monday. We'll have a video go out tomorrow. We'll have a video go out Sunday. And then Monday, it is war.
Rest up.
It is war. It is war. If you ain't ready to do whatever you got to do to see the Knicks go 1-0, don't show up on Monday. Don't get out of bed. Don't get out of bed. Malik, we love you guys.
No, thank you for throwing that freaking question.
That was the question of the day.
That was great.
That was a great question, Malik.
I felt like a dummy for not thinking about that, Malik. So
on the flip side, how did the Pacers handle the Knicks' relentless pursuit of the offensive glass when they're trying to leak out?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's both ways. I mean, it's going to be a give and take. Give and take. Push and pull. Whatever the fuck.
All righty.
See y'all, guys.
We're out of here. Knicks and